loser will be finished 4th in this tournament, and the winner will go up against Liquid Hero to potentially conquer a position in that grand finals match against SKT1 Reign. I'm so curious to see who it's gonna be. It's unfortunate we only have PvPs left, but for people who do not know about PvP, we are gonna try our damnedest to make this as interesting as possible. So, we're gonna try and teach you as much as possible about this game. And in the meantime, well, it's gonna be CJ Hero versus StarTale Parting. The map is gonna be in Tomb Valley. Every starting position is possible, which means that in order to find out where the opponent is, they will need to scout 3 separate locations. I'm excited to see what the builds are going to be. We have seen a lot of cheesy games, and coincidentally, the ones that I've been casting have ended very, very soon here, which I guess is kind of good, because I get to take a little bit more breaks. And it has been rather grueling, of course, even more so for the players, but definitely sometimes also for the commentator. But I have heard about some pretty long and epic PvPs on the other stream where I was not. You were saying that there was a series yesterday where every game exceeded 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's quite true. I mean, we've had our share of short games as well. In particular, the one we cast earlier, of course, so much aggression from both sides. That was absolutely insane. We had our fair share of longer PvPs as well, Grammy. I'll be really intrigued to know exactly which ones of these it's going to be this time around.
Oh, it seems like one of us is without sound here right now. It seems to be that your battery is perhaps running empty. We'll try to solve that technical issue. Sorry about that right now, guys. As, well...
I don't know, that might have just fixed it. We just swapped the batteries in this mic, so apologies for that. But I was saying just now, hopefully the sound issues are now fixed, but we've had our fair share of longer PvPs as well as like the really short hyper-aggressive ones, like that wonderful series we cast earlier in the day that was almost over before it began. It was super insane.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious to see which one of these it's going to be this time around.
All right, so we have a little bit of a faster second gas coming for StarTale Parting. And let's see, he's going to make a Zealot, which makes us pretty sure that the next unit he will be making would be a Sentry. Now, originally, the double fast gas build would only lend itself to a very quick Stargate. And then Artosis was telling me yesterday that actually that build often evolves into a robotics facility build.
Oh, okay.
Whereas SKT1 Reign goes Zealot Sentry into Twilight and Dark Shrine. So basically everything is still possible, and that's kind of annoying. Just when you think that the starting build order is completely going to be giving away your opponent's strategy, you realize that the world is a big place, that the possibilities are truly infinite.
Truly. Well, we were speaking earlier about how the double sentry at the top of the ramp may cause your opponent to think that, oh, your gas is all going to sentries, therefore this isn't any sort of fast tech, which is where we saw the Dark Shrine come into play, of course. A lot of mind games going on in this tournament, and quite rightly so as well. There are so many PvPs going on, and there were some like pretty epic PvZs earlier as well, that you can't just have the same rule book every time you go out and play the matchup, otherwise you get a bit too predictable. So,
and speaking of not being predictable, Parting is going to go for a one-gate expansion off of a Zealot and a Sentry. That is showing some cojones, John.
Yeah, very much so, man. I mean, it looks like he's holding the Watchtower at the moment and is actually sending a unit up here to scout. So will he see that the expansion has already gone down for Parting Hero? Moving up the ramp now, the Zealot and 2 Sentries trying to do a bit of damage. Did he see it?
Well,
with that Stalker?
Let's take a look on my observer computer. There is
no,
he did not see the expansion.
Okay.
But a Zealot and double sentry guarding the second ramp is a little bit unusual.
Yeah.
It would be a pretty nice mind game to do that and then not to be expanding. But it wouldn't necessarily force your opponent into a wrong decision so much. Like, it would be a mind game, but as long as you don't force your opponent into a wrong decision, a mind game like that doesn't pay off that much, while it does entail a certain risk. So very likely that CJ Hero does know that Parting is on an expansion, and he's going to go for a 4-gate blink attack.
Yeah, it's a really, really quick blink coming up from Hero, going up to those 4 gateways. Like you mentioned, Grubby, he's got a forward pylon down round about the third base location of Parting at the moment, and a lot of units are suddenly about to appear on the red half of the map.
Yeah, that's certainly the case, and there's only one Immortal out so far for Parting, along with a Zealot and 4 Sentries. I think Hero is just gonna have too much, and that's gonna be it. He's most likely gonna blink right on top of the Immortal if he has the opportunity, kill it off, and then out-micro all the rest of the units.
Oh, and here we go. I think he's going to be moving up the ramp now. Indeed, he is. A lot of Stalkers. He hasn't revealed it, but there we go. Massive blink there. Missing the second shot off on the Immortal. So the Immortal actually doing quite a lot of damage from the top of the ramp. Hero does not have the high ground vision there, and he is having to move back. Parting actually seeing where that army is at the moment, and Hero's going to try and force Parting to come out by attacking the Nexus. More Stalkers reinforcing, and another offensive blink trying to pick off the Immortal, and yet again, Parting able to keep it alive for now, but this time Hero's going all the way into the main base.
This is such a cool positioning by Parting, where he's using the ramp to disable the Blink Stalkers from getting in and blinking on top of the Immortal. There was a little bit of miss micro from Parting there, as he was stutter-stepping his Immortal away and kept missing the shot, not actually delivering the damage.
Yeah.
But wow, Parting standing on top of his ramp, denying that Immortal from going down right away, and Hero blinks on top but doesn't have the vision to kill the Immortal.
Yeah.
This has made Parting win the game. I never expected that. I thought that all the tools were in Hero's box and Parting was going to get disassembled, but that's not the case, John.
Well, Hero did execute his plan. He blinked on top of the Immortal and got a shot off, but Parting was so quick with his micro, the Immortal immediately moving to the back of that army, and like just at that point where Hero didn't have the high ground vision, if Parting was even half a second slower with that reaction, the Immortal would be dead.
That is exactly
right. That's what
right.
it came down to.
Yeah, that is what it came down to. That's what it sometimes can get down to, and now Parting has more than enough. He's using that Immortal as a little bit of a baiting the opponent into his Venus flytrap of death. Even this probe cannot make a difference for CJ Hero. Parting will eliminate this first map. He will eliminate CJ Hero in this first map and take the lead there.
56 to 24 supply, and GG Hero knows that he's lost there. Fantastic reactions from Parting. Round of applause to him. Really good stuff.
Very nice Parting there in that booth, looking mighty focused. A very nice movement there. I thought it was in a position where probability of losing was over 9,000%.
That's a lot of percent, man.
That it's almost impossible, one could
well,
say.
it really is. If you take a look at the units on paper, that looked like a really good position for Hero, and he didn't blink in until he saw that the Immortal was in vision. So it wasn't like he blindly blinked in. It's just the Immortal was right on the edge of that vision, and therefore as soon as he blinked in, Parting's reactions were so good. Immortal goes up onto the high ground, and Hero doesn't have the Immortal to focus on anymore.
It was beautiful.
It kind of just stopped going according to plan at that point. Really good reactions there from StarTale Parting.
And I think CJ Hero hoped that one Stalker would maybe blink on the high ground, but I'm not actually even sure if that's possible. I know that if you don't have vision of the high ground, you can't blink there.
Yeah.
But you can blink into the middle of the ramp normally, thereby gaining vision of the high ground.
But
however,
he didn't blink one in front. He blinked all of them
but I
the
wonder
first time he attacked.
if the bridge of the ramp is completely full of units, can you then blink in the middle of the ramp, which then displaces the unit to the